Hello, everybody. My name is John Webke, and I'm your new incoming council commissioner. I come from the Monon district, but I was raised and born in this council. I received my Eagle Scout in 1976, so I consider it a great honor to serve in this capacity to continue the traditions of scouting in our communities. So thank you for that opportunity. Hey, today I'm here to talk about a really exciting change, a shift in the way we communicate and set expectations with our units. It's called the Promise to Parents. We've abbreviated P2P to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more fun in our organization. But this is a great document that I'm anxious to get in your hands and to get your feedback on. This is a piece of documentation that I think is going to make it very easy to communicate with our parents and with our leaders about the expectations we have about what it means to be a scout in Central Indiana. Nathan Young refers to this as our brand standards. I look at it and I think, well, this is just what scouts do. So for many of you in the audience tonight who have been part of mature cub packs and troops in the past, when you look at this document, you'll shrug your shoulders and say, well, this is what we've always been doing. But for new families coming into our organization and for new leaders looking to step up and take the responsibility of leading a cub pack, den, or a scout troop, this is going to be an extremely helpful piece of documentation that's going to really lay out for them in very concrete and very easily to understand terms of what it means to be a scout in Central Indiana. This program is going to replace the JTE dials. Those of you who have been around in the past, you're familiar with those, and that was the way we judged the success of our units. But there were issues with those dials. The primary one being that they were lagging indicators. And then not only were they lagging indicators, but sometimes they were subject to seasonality, and sometimes, quite frankly, they were just disconnected from what units needed to do to be successful. So this documentation, this P2P program, is really going to change that and be much more forward-looking, be much more easy to communicate and discuss, and it's going to be something that we can share both with parents and our new leaders. So please approach this program with that thought in mind. There's differences between our Cub Scout programs and our Scouts BSA programs, obviously. So that's why we've created two separate Promise to Parents pieces of documentation, one that addresses the Cub Scout program and one that addresses the Scouts BSA program. And to help facilitate that introduction and that focus in our council between those two programs, I've also appointed two assistant council commissioners to my staff to help strengthen that communication and put emphasis on those two programs. I'm very pleased to announce that Mike Horrocks is the assistant council commissioner for Cub Scouting, and Denise Purdy Andrews is the assistant council commissioner for Scouts BSA. And if you know any of those people like I do, you know that their dedication to scouting is just huge. They've been a part of the program for many, many years and have a real passion for what they're doing. And they're down-to-earth people. They've been in the trenches with units and committees, so they know what they're talking about. That's what commissioner service is all about, right? Real-life experience, being able to help units better themselves. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mike and Denise to present the Promise to Parents program for each of their specific areas. Thanks so very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, John. I'm excited for this new role as Assistant Council Commissioner for Scouts BSA. I joined scouting with my son over 20 years ago, and I keep finding new things in scouting to keep me engaged, like opening our packs and troops to girls and young women. As you can see on your screen, Promise to Parents for Troops is focused on the things we know good troops do that keep their scouts and volunteers engaged. These include things like helping Cub Scouts with recruiting and program and attending short and long-term camps. We all know how much that means in the lives of our scouts. We know you care about the youth in your communities, and we know that Scouts BSA can make a difference in the lives of families. So join us and make your promise to parents and run a great scouting program. Now let me turn it over to Mike Horrocks to discuss Cub Scouts.
Thanks, Denise. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm Mike Horrocks, and I'm the new Assistant Council Commissioner that's over the PACs and the Cub Scouts within the council. So a little bit about myself. I have been involved with scouting for over 25 years, mostly with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. While in that program, I had 3 sons that became Eagle Scouts, so super proud of them and everything that they've done. I've continued my scouting with my youngest, my son. He's actually part of Troop 202 here in Carmel, Indiana. And he is, right now, he's a 2nd class scout and excited to see how he's going to continue to go through the program, and excited to be a part of that where I'm a committee member as well. Now, on your screen right now, you see the promise to parents for the Cub Scouts. And just like with the troops, what you see here is that we're focusing on things that we think, that we know are critical to have a pack that's engaged and that is getting the families and the young scout also engaged in it. When I look at the promise to parents for the pack, a couple things really bounce out that I am really excited about. First of all, the fact that we're recruiting youth, and especially there's a focus on recruiting girls into the packs. Now, along with my 4 boys, I also have a girl who's looking at doing a venturing crew. She was too old when the packs started opening up to girls, but I love the fact that we're recruiting young girls to come in and help be a new part of the future for Boy Scouts BSA. The other thing that I like is that it calls out how if we have an ideal year of scouting and we have that program calendar in place, that helps the parents know that they're getting their youth involved in a great quality program. And it also helps one of the other guides of scouting, which is advancement. This will help them be able to feel positive about what they're doing and know that they're going to be in a program that's going to help their young girl or young boy grow and be successful. Also, what we see here, the last 2 points that I really like is that we ask the PACs to participate in service projects like Scouting for Food. This is so critical to instill that opportunity of service and serving the community. And I think that's just so important for our youth today, to help them feel that's an important aspect. And then the last one that I really like is that we want them to be at day camp. We want them to have that camping experience. And the reason I feel like that is so important is because I've seen with my own children, and I've seen with others that I've helped, how those camp opportunities give them a chance to do something a little more difficult than they normally would. Like either be on a canoe or a zip line or anything like that at a day camp, where they now feel like they can overcome some of these things that would be challenges otherwise. And it gives them the confidence and the ability to go forward and have successful lives and have an impact on their community. So let's take the promise to parents and let's help deliver quality programs for our youth, and so that they can impact their communities as well. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Denise, for taking the time to record this video and put into your own words what the Promise to Parents program means to you and how you see it being impactful in our units in your respective areas. Again, I'm super excited about this program. I think that it sets a standard. It's not too high of a standard. It's very attainable, but it puts it in very concrete, simplistic terms of what the milestones need to be for a quality unit in our district. And I'm using quality district just like I used it with JTE dials. So there's nothing to it but to doing it. So let's start communicating this message to our unit leaders, our committee chairman, and any new parent who's interested in learning about the program. This documentation is going to be made available to you through your district executives. There's a link on our website, and we're going to continue to roll out and communicate about this program to really enable and set the standard for what scouting needs to be in Central Indiana in 2021 and forward. So thank you for all you're doing, and I look forward to your support. Look forward to your feedback as well, how this goes. Thanks so very much.